This conference will now be recorded.
Hello friends, and once again welcome to bispsolutions.com. My name is Amit, and in today's example I show you how you can perform foreign currency translation using custom HFM rules. So by default, currency translation takes place as part of consolidation, but you can override the currency translation logic and rule by writing HFM rules. So let me show you the requirement first. So we start with entity structure. This is my entity structure. I've got e-sales and which has got 4 children. E-sales default currency is USD, and other 3 children also have got default currency USD, but the last child UK sales has default currency GBP. It means when I roll up the number to the parent or consolidate, the GBP will convert to USD. And this currency translation takes place automatically as part of consolidation. But here I'm going to write a custom rule. So let's start with understanding our application structure. So I have a unit flow, a custom dimension over here, which behaves as a movement dimension. So which has got these member opening balance, increases, decreases, movement. If you look at carefully, your increases has a switch sign for flow, which means the whatever number you input to this, the sign will switch. So if I input negative, it become positive. If I put positive, it become negative. So increases, decreases, movement, all of them has a switch sign for flow property tagged to true. In addition to this, there's a member called foreign exchange. This is the member I'm going to calculate today. And this member is tagged as is calculated. Therefore, the data input is disallowed and foreign exchange is part of your custom calculation script. It is also tagged as switch type for flow. So now I've shown you entity structure and custom dimension. Entity structure, this is my entity structure in the United States sales. These are 4 children and custom dimension. So in this application, I have already loaded the currency exchange rates. So currency exchange rate I loaded along with my data file. I've got one data file and all currency exchange rates are part of it. So this is the currency exchange rate we are using for USD to GBP. Now let's see how it works. So I prepare an Excel smart view so that we can quickly see how it works. Okay. So this is the custom rule, and our custom rule will work against this smart view. Let me show you. So I'm going to use hs.trans. Hs.trans, this is a currency translation function which has 4 arguments: destination point of view, source point of view, rate 1 and rate 2. If you define both the rates, system takes the difference of it. If you define rate 1, system take only rate 1. So in this code, the snapshot of the code I have copied over here. hs.translates predefined procedure, and I want this calculation to be performed only for actual. Therefore, I limit this calculation for scenario actual. hs.scenario.member equals to actual. So first I'm going to convert this foreign exchange. This is my account dimension based on closing rate, right? So closing balance based on closing rate, this is my destination, this is my source. So closing balance will multiply by closing rate and the output will store into exchange rates. Let's see this part first. So in order to test this, closing rate value, how do you get a closing rate value? It should actually come from your previous year closing rate become opening balance for the current year. However, I'm going to input the closing value from increases, right? And because this is a part of currency exchange business rule, therefore I can put it over here, my mouse cursor, and invoke the currency exchange or translate business logic. Click on translate and you see 1000 become 1490. How did you get 1490? So let me show you. The currency exchange rate for closing balance, closing rate is 0.671006. This exchange rate is from USD to GBP, right? This is the rate, but I want the rate other way around, GBP to USD, Great British Pound to USD. So you can convert this rate other way around, 1 divided by this rate. Okay, so this is your currency exchange rate. You take value, cash, equals to 1000. This is in USD, in GBP, and in USD, I'll multiply with currency exchange rate. This would be in USD. So multiply with currency exchange rate. 1000 multiplied by currency exchange rate for 14, and you get 149029, which is rounding off to this. So I got this value. Okay. For increases and decreases and movement, how does increases work? Let's see. So increases will take an average rate, right? In our example, increases, when you input plus, it becomes minus automatically, isn't it? So the currency exchange rate for increases, it takes an average rate 0.686. So I'll take the rate for increases over here in USD. Increases is 1000, but in Great British Pound, sorry, this is in GBP. And in USD, I'll take a currency exchange rate. So what is my currency exchange rate? Is this. Sorry, 1 divided by this. Right, so this is my rate. This is my average rate. This was my closing rate. And this is my average rate. Right. So average rate is this. You take 1000 multiply by currency exchange rate. This is in USD. Right. 1457.72, which is rounding off. In GBP, it was 1000. So when you, this is negative, so you get 32.57. How did you get this 32.57? Your closing balance minus increases, because the sign reverse. So 32.57. So whatever number you put in increases, we use a switch sign for flow. Switch sign for flow. It means whatever number you input, I input 1000. This become minus 1 multiplied by 1000. Minus 1000. Isn't it? This is how you get 32.57. So this is the second part of your line code. Foreign currency exchange minus increases. Similarly, it will minus movement. So if you put movement over here as well, I put movement of $200. I put this number, save this number, refresh. Put into my notepad, refresh, and save this number, $200 once again. And once again, I invoke the currency translation, translate. This becomes 39.09. So how did you get this? So movement is 200 multiplied by currency exchange rate. So our currency exchange rate is 1 divided by 0.686. Right, so which is 291.55. It is rounding off. So now you take the whole value, your closing balance minus increases plus decreases, minus increases plus movement. So this becomes 39.50. This is the formula. So this, you getting over here the formula, closing balance minus increases plus movement, because we use a switch sign for flow, so sign turn out to be negative. Okay, finally I'll put some value to my decreases. So if I put minus, become plus. So I put plus, it become minus automatically. Let me put this value and refresh, which is third line of my code. So foreign currency exchange expression decreases, but decreases is a plus. Here you apply for decreases switch sign for flow, so you automatically plus become minus. Switch sign for flow, it become plus become minus. So whatever number I input become negative automatically. Okay, now let me put 300 over here and save. And once again I run currency exchange rate. This become 29.32. How did you get it? So now the final output is your closing balance. I put a currency exchange rate over here, 1 divided by currency exchange rate 0.671006. This is the currency exchange rate for closing. For this currency exchange rate from GBP to USD is this. Okay. So this is GBP to USD. GBP, Great British Pound to USD exchange rate. Right. This is the rate. So the rate for both of them. So when you multiply this value, closing balance multiply currency exchange rate, right, which is 1. Let me once again do this. 900 closing balance multiply by currency exchange rate. So 1341, this is how it come. Similarly, increases multiply with currency exchange rate. This is our currency exchange rate, 1457. Decreases multiply by currency exchange rate. Movement multiply by currency exchange rate. So this is how you get the value, right? All these three values. Now the final outcome is closing balance. How do you get this 29.32? So you take closing balance plus increases closing balance. Okay, this appears to be Excel crash. No problem. I show you once again. So how 29.32 receive? You can see it over here. This is my closing balance minus increases plus movement plus decreases 29.32. Because we use switch sign for flow, therefore whatever number you input become negative, and therefore I apply minus over here. So formula should be, the formula is actually closing balance minus decreases plus increases plus movement, right? Because we use reverse switch sign for flow, so the formula will turn in the other way around. We apply switch sign for flow. So the formula which I have written, it just become reverse the sign. So this minus become plus and this become minus automatically. This minus this plus this. This is the formula you get. Right, as a result of this you get 29.32. So this is your final output. This is your script. This is your currency exchange rates, right? And finally I show you the script as well. This is your script. You can see everything together. Your script, your currency exchange rate, and your final outcome. So this is an example as to how you can calculate foreign currency exchange rate by using custom currency translate function in HFM. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching this video. Please stay tuned with our YouTube channel, and couple of more interesting videos are lined up. Should you have any question, please feel free to write to us at support@bispsolutions.com.